for her coronation, Amanda, the real deal, Serrano, one of the most famous athletes to come out of this great island, one of the greatest fighters to come out of this great island, the first ever undisputed boxing champion to come out of Puerto Rico. She'll be defending her unified featherweight titles against a very game challenger. It's a massive event, and it is the main event, and once again, it's a historic main event because it will be the men's standard 12 3-minute rounds. She planted her flag. She wanted to do this back in October. She got it done, and she'll be doing it in her big homecoming fight right here on March 2nd, this beautiful city at that beautiful venue. Of course, this is all brought to you by Most Valuable Promotions, sponsored by Celsius Live Fit Essential Energy. Yes, great drink on a nice hot day like today. So we're going to be hearing from many of the particulars who will be competing on this card. Of course, Amanda Serrano, like I said, will be here. Her opponent, a very game challenger, the #1 contender from the IBF, the pride of Berlin, Germany, Nina the Brave Meinke is here as well. She'll be looking to shock not only this island, but of course the world as well when she goes up against the real deal, Amanda Serrano, one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world, in my opinion, regardless of gender. How about the co-main event? For the first time in almost 4 years, Jake Paul is fighting in the co-main event. Yes, he has called this island home for the last several years. They know him here as El Gallo de Dorado. He loves Puerto Rico. He's been doing amazing things in this island, of course, with his charity, Boxing Bullies. He's going to be fighting in the co-main event alongside, of course, his friend and fellow fighter and colleague, Amanda Serrano. We'll hear from Jake Paul, the problem child. We're going to be hearing from 2 local fighters who are looking to make a splash on this card as well. And we'd be remiss if we don't mention Paul Wanna Walton, who unfortunately will not be here today due to some travel issues, but I'm going to tell you more about him in a moment. He'll be making his global pro debut on this card as well. Again, it's on DAZN, no pay-per-view required, limited tickets available, so if you're looking to be here and experience this incredible atmosphere on March 2nd, scoop them up right now on tiquetera.com. All right, let's get into it. No one's here to just hear me talk. Let's say hello to the 2 fighters who will be representing Puerto Rico among the many on this card. First, let us say hello to a young, up-and-coming, hungry local fighter who is 2-0, who's one of the first fighters signed by Amanda Serrano, who made her pro debut last year, who's a product of the Most Valuable Prospects promotion as well. She is making a lot of waves in the world of women's boxing, and she'll be following in the footsteps of her mentor, Amanda Serrano, because her fight is planned for 4 3-minutes. She is representing Puerto Rico as well. She is just 21 years of age. Make some noise, show some love to Crystal Rosado. There she is, young Crystal Rosado, representing Carolina, Puerto Rico. Also representing Puerto Rico, he is the WBO junior flyweight champion. This will be the 3rd defense of his title, but the first time right here in Puerto Rico. It's a homecoming of sorts for him as well. He is Jonathan Bamba Gonzalez. Let's say hello to Jonathan Bamba Gonzalez. Please have a seat, Crystal. She's so polite. She was waiting for me to tell her that. And Jonathan here as well. Jonathan is going to be making his 3rd defense, like I said, against Renee Santiago, and Crystal is going to be fighting on the card against a very game opponent as well. I'll start with you, Crystal, and we have her translator here. This is a huge deal for you to be fighting back home in just your 3rd pro fight. Could you let us know how you are feeling before this big homecoming fight for you?
Esto es algo muy importante para ti, estar de vuelta aquí en Puerto Rico en esta pelea. ¿Cómo te sientes estando aquí de vuelta?
Pues me siento súper emocionada, entusiasmada, loca que llegue la pelea ya, más aquí en mi país, con mi gente, todo el apoyo de ustedes que siempre me han brindado.
I am very excited to be here in my hometown and home island of Puerto Rico with my people, with their support, which I know I have.
Yes, and a bit of breaking news. We have been able to confirm that Crystal will be going up against, like I said, a very game opponent, Gloria Munguia, who is 5-0, so a little more experience and she'll be looking to make a statement here in her home island, and again, 4 3-minute rounds. So following in the footsteps of the trailblazer, Amanda Serrano. Jonathan, it's great to have you here as well. What an opportunity for you to defend your WBO junior flyweight title back home for the first time. What does this opportunity mean for you?
First thing, thank God, have me here. I'm happy to be in this big card, March 2. This is a big opportunity to do my third defense in Puerto Rico. It's been 7 years. I have not fought in Puerto Rico. And what bigger than a Choliseo, over 19,000 people. I'm happy. I'm going to be ready.
And by the way, you have tremendous teeth. I mean, your teeth are just glowing here. What a smile this man has. I mean, he should be on the cover of all the newspapers here in Puerto Rico. What a superstar. What do you know about your opponent, Rene Santiago?
No, Rene's he's a good boxer. I know he's coming ready. This is the first chance for opportunity. And I'm waiting for the best on Santiago. Same as me. I'm working hard with Amanda and Jordan and with my father, and we're gonna be 100%. We're not struggling to make weight. I'm gonna make that clear. I'm gonna make weight March 1, and I'm gonna become super champion at 108 pounds.
I love it. I love the confidence. Obviously, Crystal very confident as well. Like I said, fighting 4 3-minute rounds. Crystal, can I ask you, why is this important to you to fight 3-minute rounds as opposed to the traditional 2-minute rounds for women's boxers?
Cristal, te quiero hacer esta pregunta. ¿Por qué para ti es importante hacer esta pelea con los 4 rounds de 3 minutos en lugar de la pelea tradicional de 2 minutos por round?
Bueno, como Amanda Serrano lo ha hecho, que ha cambiado la historia como... Lo que Amanda ha hecho, que ha puesto igual a los hombres como a las mujeres, y es muy importante para mí hacer lo mismo para demostrarle a la gente que tanto los hombres como nosotras tenemos el mismo valor y podemos hacerlo.
Just like Amanda Serrano has done, that she has placed women's boxing next to men's boxing, I believe that it is important to keep that tradition up and to show that we are just as worthy and valuable in the sport as men are.
I love it. And I love your poise and demeanor. 21 years of age. When I was 21, I was afraid to leave the house. Look at this young woman, going to be fighting in front of 19,000 people in her home island. Do you think you will be nervous before this big homecoming, just 2-0, and now getting this massive opportunity at the historic Coliseo?
Vas a estar peleando frente a 19,000 personas con tu récord de 2-0. ¿Te sientes nerviosa defendiendo tu posición aquí en este momento? ¿Crees que vas a estar nerviosa?
Pues los nervios siempre están. Es algo que te hace actuar racional. So, los nervios no son malos, al contrario. Y sí, estoy más que nerviosa, es más ansiosa, entusiasmada para demostrar quién es Cristal Rosado frente a mi gente.
More than anxious, I'm very enthusiastic to show what I can do in front of my people, but my training keeps me from feeling the nervousness that typically people might feel. But the bottom line is, I'm not nervous, I'm enthusiastic.
I love it. And also, what an infectious smile and personality as well. Jonathan, both you and Crystal, first 2 fighters signed by Amanda Serrano, to be linked to her, to be working with her, to be on the same card as her. What does that mean to you?
It's big. You know, this is the first time I have a manager, and they're doing well. I feel happy. I feel that my career is going to be in a good way. I'm so happy, man, and just looking forward what's next.
I love it. You know, right over there, there's a restaurant with all the names of some famous athletes from Puerto Rico. Perhaps one day we'll have both Crystal and Jonathan's name up there along the likes of Yadier Molina and Roberto Clemente and so many others. Any of the local media now would like to ask any questions to these local heroes and stars? There'll be a scrum right after, but here's an opportunity to ask them a question or two. We have some microphones over there if anyone would like to be brave enough to kick us off. Don't be shy. They are very nice. Like I said, the smile of both of them is very infectious. Any questions? Very shy here. Oh, maybe I saw a microphone there. I think everyone's waiting for their one-on-one. Going once. Going twice. Oh, there's my guy. Thank you, my friend.
Hello, everybody. Ricardo Torres from Telemundo, Puerto Rico, NBC. Bomba, I'm going to ask you the question in Spanish, so maybe we can get the Spanish answer from Bomba. Is that cool?
Yeah, no problem. Do your thing.
Bomba, háblanos un poco de tus expectativas para la pelea en español y que nos cuentes sobre tu entrenamiento y qué esperas en un combate con un boxeador que tú conoces bien y que parece que están bien nivelados en términos de destreza, de fortaleza y fuerza.
Saludos, Ricardo, espero que estés bien.
Igual.
No he menospreciado a nadie. Siempre todo el mundo sabe que yo me voy para el 100% por cualquier rival, sin importarle el nombre. Yo saco el nombre al lado, voy a estar en óptimas condiciones. Se ha hablado mucho sobre el 2023, que fue mi peor año como boxeador. Me enfermé en 2 ocasiones y me han brindado la oportunidad de seguir siendo campeón mundial. Así que el día 1 de marzo todo va a estar en control y van a ver el mejor Bomba González para hacer su tercera defensa.
Gracias. Muchas gracias. Any other questions before we move along? And again, you'll have an opportunity to talk to them. I highly recommend doing so. So again, Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez defending his WBO junior flyweight title for the very first time, his 3rd title defense, but for the very first time in this great island at this amazing venue, not too far from here in beautiful San Juan. And what about just 21 years old, Crystal Rosado, making her pro debut back home here in Puerto Rico. Let's show some love to these great heroes of this great island. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you at the end of the press conference.
You only have 2 options. Either run with us or run from us.
So many great matchups on this night.
Oh, it's gone in.
Let battle commence.
My goodness, what a knockout.
Jake Paul can have a very bright future in the PFL.
What a strike.
This is the zone, and there's plenty more miles to go before we sleep.
All right, we resume. So at the top of this press conference, I mentioned that Paul Wanna Walton, who is right over there, I mean, just look at that young man, an absolute stud, 17 years old. You may recognize him from the hit series Euphoria, one of the up-and-coming stars, the most sought-after up-and-coming stars in the world of boxing. This young man has been boxing since he was in his diapers, and if you follow him on social media, you have to almost watch his videos with his father holding the mitts in slow-mo because he's just so quick out there. It's an absolute pleasure to have him a part of this card and a part of this massive event on March 2nd, making his global pro debut. Unfortunately, due to some weather issues, he wasn't able to be here in time. He'll be here later on this evening, but he will, of course, be fighting on this card on March 2nd, so you got to see him in person. He is an absolute stud, and like I said, the youngest athlete ever signed by the Jordan brand. Remember that name, Paul Wanna Walton. More on him later on. For now, though, let us say hello to a man who really needs no introduction, but as you usually say when you say something like that, you give him an introduction. He has called this island home for the last several years. He has embraced this island, its culture, its people. Like I said, he's been doing great things with his Boxing Bullies charity, and he's been taking the boxing world by storm as well. He is 8-1. He is coming off a thrilling knockout of Andre August just about a month ago in Orlando. He disrupted the boxing world, and now he's going down the pro route, just knocking off pro boxer after pro boxer. He is fighting on this card, like I said, in the co-main event, and he is looking to make a statement just a few months after his amazing knockout in Orlando, Florida. He is known locally as El Gallo de Dorado. Elsewhere, he is known as the problem child. He is the one and only Jake Paul. Jake Paul in the hizzy, everyone. Show some love for El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul. The birthday boy just celebrated his 27th birthday. What a way to celebrate his birthday. And joining us up here on the stage as well is the co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions, the one and only, the inimitable, Nikisa Badarian. There he is, Nikisa Badarian, who I believe is just 28 years young, right? Yes. Guys, so great to have you here. Jake, we'll start with you. First things first, you want to take a sip of the Celsius. I hear it's fantastic, thirst-quenching Celsius.
Delicious.
Yes. First off, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I didn't get my invite in the mail. It must have gone lost.
There was no party.
No party.
Only training.
I love it.
The date's coming fast. I'm excited. We got to get another knockout for the people of Puerto Rico and put on a show.
So like I said, you've been calling this island home for quite some time, and it seems like you've really embraced it. What does it mean to you to be fighting here for the first time?
It's surreal. All the people here are so nice and lovely, and meeting Amanda Serrano, that changed my life, and it's just an honor to support her in this big moment in front of her hometown, her home crowd, and it's just an honor to be a part of this amazing event, which hopefully should be the biggest event in Puerto Rican boxing history, and just it's going to be a night to remember, and I'm just super happy and grateful for all the people even just coming out here today and showing support.
Yes, this is a massive deal. She's the greatest champion to come out of Puerto Rico, the first undisputed champion to come out of Puerto Rico. And I remember talking to you in the ring in December after your knockout of Andre August. You said you had some big plans. I don't know if anyone would have predicted you'd be a co-main event to a Amanda Serrano headline event, and yet I understand that this is something you wanted. You pushed for this. Why?
She's the queen of the island, and I'm just a supporting character on March 2nd, and this is her night to create history and to put on a show, and I'm just happy to be along. I think most of the people are going to be there rooting for Amanda Serrano, so she's the main event, and I'm happy to support and be a part of that. But yeah, that was the what I wanted, and to just take a back seat.
Nikisa, from a planning perspective, from an MVP perspective, to bring Amanda home, it's one thing to have her fight in Dallas and Cleveland, even in New York, but to bring her to Puerto Rico, why was this important for you guys?
First of all, thank you to everyone that came out here today. Thank you to the entire island of Puerto Rico for the support they've shown. Amanda, Jake, MVP, and we're beyond honored to be coming here March 2nd. When we started working with Amanda a little bit over 2 years ago, it's interesting that her first co-main event with us was Jake going to his hometown in Cleveland. He debuted in Cleveland against Tyron Woodley, and Amanda Serrano was the co-main. So as we talked to Amanda about giving her the proper homecoming that she deserves, given she is one of the greatest boxers of all time, it was always about coming to the Choli and doing it the right way, and really giving her the platform to show the world how this island supports its biggest stars, male or female.
I love it. And so, Jake, obviously conspicuous by his absence is your opponent. Usually when we do these, there's a lot of security, there's a lot of fighting. This time, I think we're in the clear. But what could you tell us about who you will be fighting on March 2nd? Because as of right this moment, that is yet to be announced.
Yeah, he didn't want to come today because he said he just wanted to train, which I respect. He didn't want to fly all the way here, and he's focused in the gym. But he's a professional boxer with an even better record than Andre August, and there'll be an announcement coming soon. But again, it's another step up in competition. He's won regional titles, etc. So this is another.
He did that, by the way. I think he's sabotaging. No, it's probably.
Your opponent.
Yeah, the opponent did that.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, announcement will be coming soon, but another step up in opposition and continuing to challenge myself on March 2nd.
Nikisa, can you tell us anything more about who Jake will be facing in the co-main event on March 2nd?
We'll announce his opponent. Is that working?
I don't know if that's working, to be honest.
On. That's not working. Right?
Hey, no,
Okay, here we go.
We'll announce. Hello?
You can use my mic.
Hello?
Here.
Hey,
See? See?
Okay.
The plan is to announce the opponent on January 30th. As you can imagine, matching Jake Paul is not an easy task, because never in the history of boxing has someone's career at such an early stage been scrutinized the way that his has. In his 9th fight, he fought a gentleman who was 10-1, a 10-1 boxer, right? Oscar De La Hoya, who is one of the greatest boxers in history, who had many amazing moments in boxing. In his 10th fight, he fought a guy who was 10-4-3. The legend of Puerto Rico, Tito, Felix Trinidad, in his 10th fight, fought someone that was 10-4. And look, they are unbelievable champions, and I think Jake aspires to be the same. But given the amount of attention that his fights get globally, we have to continuously find the right opponents that put him in a position that other fighters haven't been through at his stage of his career.
All right, so Jake, with that in mind, let me ask you about one specific name. I have seen on social media you going back and forth with the Indian superstar Neeraj Goyat. Even just last night, you were engaging with him on your Instagram. And so is there a chance that you fight him on March 2nd?
No, it's not him. We have another opponent locked, but Neeraj has made some noise. You know, his call-out video got 25 million views. He's India's biggest and best boxer. So it is interesting to me, and I think it could be fun to go over to India and knock him out in his home country, maybe one day, but we'll see.
Okay, so not him, but maybe down the line. That would be quite the scene as well. Any of the media want to ask either Jake or Nikisa questions about this historic event going down on March 2nd? There's a couple of microphones floating around. Any brave souls out there that want to ask these guys questions? I could sit up here and rifle off questions all day, but I want to give a chance to the local media if anyone would like. Puerto Rico's a very shy media contingency, huh? These guys, anyone going once?
I think he had a question right here in the front.
There's my guy.
Right there, yeah. To the back, yeah, right there. The one with the chain on, he had a question. He raised his hand, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right there,
and,
yeah.
Mr. Sunglasses as well.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tutti Pop?
Great question.
Yeah, that's a good one.
181. I figured it out when I was a kid.
I believe the gentleman with the sunglasses raised his hands before.
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
What up, Nestor?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I told them they wanted 140. I'd stop Neeraj. That's a 140, so I'll fight him.
Who, Neeraj?
Yeah, that'd be a good fight for us.
Neeraj.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
That'd be
problem.
great for us. I told him. Make them know who MVP is.
Yeah.
We'll stop him over here.
Yeah, they don't, Neeraj don't want the real smoke.
Yeah, exactly. He just wants the fame. You're right.
All right, so maybe that happens. Jake, can I ask you about Boxing Bullies? I know you've renovated a couple of gyms here in conjunction with WBO. This is a big thing. Anytime you talk about Puerto Rico, you talk about what you're doing for the kids here on the island. Can you tell us why this is so important to you and what you're actually doing here to give back to the community?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think first and foremost, boxing helped save my life and put it on a good track. And I feel, and give me confidence, and I feel the need to share that with as many kids as possible, because I believe if it helped me, it could help anyone out there. And so that's why I started Boxing Bullies, is to grow, you know, the sport within the youth and to get as many boxing gloves into as many kids' hands as possible, and to renovate gyms. We've renovated a gym in La Perla here, a gym in Dorado, and the mission keeps on getting bigger, and we're going to continue to renovate more gyms. I'm actually going to be donating my entire fight purse to Boxing Bullies to renovate more gyms in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So
I just want to repeat that, right? He's donating his entire purse to renovate gyms in Puerto Rico. A lot of people do a lot of good things, but this young man turned 27 yesterday. He was filming with Amanda all day long, and he said to me last night, I want to donate my entire person, do more for the youth in this island to experience boxing the right way. So thank you, Jake.
Yeah, it's the least I could do, and I feel like Boxing Bullies has helped so many people already, and just want to continue the mission. And I don't know if we can sneak preview that one of the gyms.
You should do it.
One of the gyms is gonna be an Amanda Serrano gym.
Yeah.
So pretty excited about that, and just continuing to grow the mission, man.
That is tremendous stuff. Well done to you. And Nikisa, if I can ask you before we go, this is an active schedule for Jake, right? He just fought in December. You're announcing his next fight in January, fighting in March. How many times could we expect to see him fight in 2024?
Obviously up to Jake, but I think our current plans are he fights March. If he's victorious, the plan is for him to fight in June or July again.
Okay, love it. Incredible stuff, guys. Appreciate it very much. And again, Jake, kudos to you on everything that you're doing for the community here. I had the privilege of watching the WWE event at the same venue in May. That feels like a preview of what's to come in March. The crowd was one of the best crowds that I've ever seen. You Puerto Rican fans are incredible, and I can't wait to see the kind of reaction that you give Jake on March 2nd, and of course the reaction that you give to the one and only Amanda Serrano on March 2nd as well. We'll see Jake at the very end for the group photo. Appreciate it very much, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, and good luck on March the 2nd, and happy birthday once again.
He wants to take on the world.
Could it be the next big thing?
Big right hand breaks through. And Mejia filling those gaps. And down goes Davidenko.
He's taking on all challenges.
Heart of a lion, John Ryder.
He's a warrior.
What a fight. What a fight we have here in our main event. We got Grace under pressure.
And we are back. Last but not least, this is all about a massive homecoming, and like I said, headlining what is being considered the biggest boxing event to ever take place here in Puerto Rico is a massive, historic main event. It features, like I said, one of your own, the patron saint of Puerto Rico herself, the unified featherweight champion, the one and only Amanda Serrano. But this isn't just Amanda Serrano coming home for a coronation. She is fighting a very game opponent, an opponent who is on a roll, who's on an impressive winning streak, an opponent who is looking to shock and upset not only this island, but the entire boxing world and community as well. She is the pride of Germany, representing Berlin to be exact. She is Nina Brave Meinke. There she is, Nina, who is very brave, taking on this big challenge, but she is the #1 contender emanating from the IBF, so she is very ready to prove her point on Saturday. Without further ado, let us say hello to the IBF, WBO, WBA, IBO, and Ring Magazine featherweight champion. She made history back in October when she fought 12 3-minute rounds. She said, I don't want to be considered any different than my male counterparts. I want to do this like everyone else. And she's doing it once again on March 2nd. 12 3-minute rounds, just like the men, defending her belts that you see right over here. Pretty darn impressive. This time, though, she's doing it on her home turf, back home here at the legendary historic Coliseo de Puerto Rico. She is the one and only, the pride of Puerto Rico. Make some noise for Amanda, the real deal, Serrano. What an entrance, the only one that gets to come down the stairs. Apropos. Amanda Serrano back home in Puerto Rico, incredible stuff. And what an honor it is to be here, and I'm sure what an honor it is for her to be here as well. One of the best athletes and of course, one of the greatest boxers to ever come from this island. Amanda, we have to start with you. What a moment, what an occasion, what an opportunity for you. Can you put into words what it is like being here in San Juan? Your face is everywhere. You're the headliner. This whole event built around you and your homecoming. What is this like for you?
Pinch me. It's so surreal looking around. To be back at home, main event, you know, I am super honored and thank you so much to MVP for putting on an amazing show, for putting me to the as the main event. Jake Paul co-main event, you know, he's such a gentleman that he said this is your island, so he's giving me the opportunity. And I'm super excited to be here, to have an amazing opponent, to come out and showcase women's boxing once again. And I can't wait for March 2nd. It's going to be a beautiful night here in Puerto Rico.
How long have you been dreaming of this? To be the headliner as champion, as unified champion, event built around you, not at a small venue, at this historic venue. How long has this been a dream for you?
Well, it's been for a little while. You know, this is, I believe, my 5th time fighting here in Puerto Rico. That night is going to be a special night. It's my 50th fight here in Puerto Rico in the Choliseo. And it couldn't be in a better place to be in arenas such as the Choliseo. You know, the best of the best perform there. You know, you have Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee, Mark Anthony, and now Amanda Serrano will be performing at the Choliseo.
Incredible, and obviously very well earned and very well deserved as well. Nina, you're not just coming here to take part, you want to take over and take her belts, I'm sure. This is the biggest fight in German women's boxing history. This is a huge opportunity for you as well. When you got the call about this opportunity, what were the thoughts going through your mind?
Well, hola a todos. It was great. It was absolutely amazing. As soon as we got the information that we're going to fight Amanda Serrano, I was like right back in the gym preparing for it, and it's great to be here.
And what is it going to be like for you to be really enemy territory here, right? You fought all over the world, but this is going to be something different. This crowd is going to be firmly by her side. How do you think you're going to handle that?
I know, but it's great. This is boxing. It's all about the atmosphere, and it motivates me a lot. So I can't wait for a full Coliseum, which I think is going to be sold out, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Ariel, let me correct you. Puerto Rico is a fighting island. They love people who come to fight. So they don't care. We support anybody that fights, and I know Nina is coming to fight. So she's going to have some fans as well. So it's not going to be just
it might be 99 to 1%, but I have no doubt that they're going to be supporting you.
I've noticed that already. Everyone's so friendly, and you know, seriously, this is what we need in boxing. It's the support you get, even though we're opponents. They just appreciate us as a boxer. So I'm really happy.
Great respect. I love that. So could I ask you, in October you made history, 12 3-minute rounds. What were the lessons that you learned from that? Was it just as you expected, or was there anything that you want to do differently in terms of preparation for this second time, 12 3-minute rounds?
Well, definitely, we know that we were able to do it. We succeeded, and I did the whole 12 3-minute rounds. Actually, in the middle of it, like I said before, I thought they went back to the 2 minutes. So I know, and I had energy for another couple of rounds if I had to. So I know I'm able to do it. Now it's time. I was so used to the 2 minutes and just going out there and just giving it all. Now I can pace myself. Now I can set up shots. So it's a little different now. I've been there, done that. Now it's time to enjoy the 3 minutes in front of the 19,000 people.
And obviously you have a great collection of belts here, but the one that is missing is the WBC title. Your decision to drop it. How difficult was that decision for you, and why was that something that you felt you had to do?
Listen, it definitely wasn't a very easy decision for me. You know, I worked so hard for all these belts, all these titles, and to give something up that you really, you know, love and worked hard for, it hurts. But if you believe in something, you have to take a stand. I believe that women, we need equality. That was the first step, performing, succeeding, and doing the 12 3-minute rounds. And I think it was just, I just needed to do what I had to do. All these other organizations, they're supporting me 100%. So I believe in it, and I took the stand, and hopefully the WBC will come around one day, and then for the future. So I just hope that continue.
For now, they are missing out. They're the only ones not at this party, and that is unfortunate, but great on you for continuing to blaze this trail. And for you, Nina, you have never fought as a pro 12 3-minute rounds. How big of a challenge is this for you, and how do you feel about actually doing this?
Well, first of all, much respect for Amanda that she started all the equality in boxing. This is what we need. It's not just talking, it's doing it. So I'm very proud to be part of it now, and for me it was no question not to do it. It doesn't really change a lot for me because I train with men anyway, and we train 3-minute rounds. So the training is obviously more intense now, but still I'm used to 3-minute rounds. But yeah, like I said, I'm really proud to be part of this movement for the women's boxing.
And I know you guys have a lot of respect for each other, and you are a great admirer of hers, but if I could ask, she has been virtually unbeatable over the last few years. What do you need to do, and what are the keys to beating her on March 2nd?
Well, of course, she's a very strong boxer, and I really respect her. But I'm also a very skilled fighter. I've had a long amateur career. I've had over 70 fights. So I'm also an experienced boxer. So this is going to be a great fight. We will show the world that women's boxing is very good and strong.
You had a great 2023, Amanda, and obviously when you're fighting on these MVP cards, historically it has been Jake in the main event, you in the co-main. This time it's a role reversal. When you found out that he was not only okay with it, but pushing to be the co-main event to your main event spot, what was your reaction?
I was like, oh man, I'm used to like performing, going out, sitting and watching Jake perform. Now it's opposite, and I'm like, oh man. I said, I don't mind being co-main event, and he said there's no way in the world that he was going to main event. This is my island, so I'm truly thankful for this opportunity. But it's going to be kind of weird because it's not only Jake that's fighting, I have Crystal, Bomba, Juana. So it's like I have to watch all those fights before my fight. So I'm going to be a nervous wreck in the locker room, but I'm going to be ready to go out there and perform.
And what do you know, and what could you tell us about Nina? A very game fighter, like I said, comes to fight. What are you expecting from her on March 2nd?
Well, I'm expecting what every female fighter comes to do, and that's to fight. She has an opportunity to win all my belts, to show the world that she's capable of beating Amanda, the real deal Serrano. And I know she's a tough, durable fighter, and she's a very talented, skilled fighter. But I believe it's going to be a great fight between both of us. Both of us really want this, and we're going to prove to the world that there's no backing down.
I love it. All right, what a great opportunity for the local media to ask the local superstar, Amanda Serrano, and the woman trying to knock her off on March 2nd. A question or two. I believe our man right over here is up first. Go ahead.
Hola, Amanda. Saludo. Welcome, Nina. Amanda, en español te quería preguntar para que hables un poco sobre el camino a esta pelea. Tú llevas mucho tiempo imaginándote este momento, pero cuando llegas aquí y ves este montaje, se siente más real, se siente más concreto y que sí, ese sueño tuyo está en camino de cumplirse, pelear en el Choliseo.
No, todavía yo creo que está en un sueño. Yo creo que el día de la pelea, I think it's all going to hit me and it's going to become a reality. But it's been a long journey. Like I said, in March, 15 years as a professional, 15 años en este deporte de profesional. So es muchos años. It's been a journey, a real long journey, and I'm just happy for it to finally come here in the Choliseo, the biggest arena that we have in Puerto Rico. So I'm going to give it all I got.
Gracias. Anyone else? I see a hand right over there, yes.
Hola, Amanda. Tengo dos preguntas. Luego de tantas batallas, ¿consideras que esta pueda ser tu última pelea?
¿Qué?
Luego de tantas batallas, luego de tantas peleas, ¿crees que esta puede ser tu última pelea?
No. Yo creo que me siento buena. I still feel good. Yo tengo mucho más en mí.
Y una pregunta más. Ahora mismo yo te considero que eres la mejor peleadora de Puerto Rico después de Félix Tito Trinidad de todos los tiempos.
Wow,
¿Qué le falta hacer a Amanda Serrano?
Ganar el 2 de marzo en el Choliseo.
Anyone else? And by the way, I learned it's Choliseo, not Coliseo.
Choliseo, Coliseo, however you want
All
to
right,
say.
I'm trying. Mi
El
amo Ariel.
Choli.
Me gusta bailar, me gusta cantar.
Wow.
I'm learning.
Bueno.
I'm trying to get there for March 2nd. This is big for me. Any other questions?
You have
before?
time.
Yes, I got some time. Anyone else before we say goodbye? Here's one more question.
Hello, hi Amanda.
Saludo.
You can see in the future the rematch with Katie Taylor?
Well, it's not up to me. It's up to the team. Right now, I have Nina in front of me. I'm focused on that, and I'm focused on just March 2nd.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. What an incredible fight that was back on April 30th, 2 years ago at Madison Square Garden. Final word. Anyone have a final word? Oh, let's go to the man back there. Why not? Okay, he has a question for Nina. This is great.
They're welcoming her.
He's just saying hello.
He's just saying welcome to
That's
to
a
Puerto
beautiful
Rico.
welcome. He's welcoming you to
Yeah,
Puerto Rico.
My people are really nice, okay?
An amazing island welcome, and what a perfect way to end this press conference. Again, tickets going fast. All right, my man, this better be good. Right here.
Ok, estás en Puerto Rico. Ese momento de subir al ring cambia, obviamente, el mood. No sé si tienes algún ritual. Estás en PR, ¿qué cambia? ¿Qué diferente es estar en PR a otros países?
100% es muy diferente en mi isla. Yo siempre me pongo muy nerviosa porque yo quiero dar todo. His question was, is it different fighting here in Puerto Rico? And I said 100% is different fighting in Puerto Rico. I get a lot more nervous in Puerto Rico because you're fighting in front of your people because you want to give them your everything and your all, and I want to put on a great performance. But it also brings the best out of me. I have now 19,000 people I'm fighting in front of that are extremely proud of me, and I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to, like I always do, give it my all.
I hope Bad Buddy's going to be there.
Yeah.
Is he invited? I'll call him up later.
Okay.
If you're watching, Bad Bunny, you are invited. Is that okay,
him, please.
Nikisa, that I'm inviting him? All right, he can sit in the front row next to Nikisa on March 2nd. All right, like I said, tickets going very fast at ticketera.com. You can get them right now. March 2nd, if you're not in Puerto Rico, of course, you can watch on DAZN with your subscription. A massive event, maybe the biggest in the history of this island, and certainly a homecoming that she has earned and that she deserves. One of your own, the patron saint of Puerto Rico, defending her unified featherweight titles against the brave one from Germany, Nina Meinke. I can't wait. This is going to be great. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Oh, yes.
So first, we're so happy to be here. Thanks to MVP, my promoter, P2M, and my team. And we've got a little present for Amanda, which I'd like to give to her.
Yes, of course.
This is the Berlin Bear. It's a symbol of our city. And I'd like to...
This is amazing. Look at this.
You see, one thing for sure, obviously, you know, I never speak bad about any of my opponents, and I never will. It's just not who I am. I respect my opponents. You know, this is a hard job. We have that enough outside. People talking bad about female boxing. I don't need to do it inside. But one thing for sure, when both of us enter that ring, we're gonna be warriors, and we're gonna give it all. And like all my fights, I leave everything in that ring: blood, sweat, and tears. Outside is a different story. Inside, I give it my all, and I know March 2nd, we're both gonna give it our all that night. So you have to tune in. You know, Nina she can get a lot that night, and I'm gonna give it my all. These are my babies, and they stay here in Puerto Rico, but she's coming to get them.
What a promo. 100%. You could sell tickets just based off that. Beautiful stuff here. We're going to face the fighters off. They just had a nice embrace, but we're actually going to do maybe a little bit more of an intense one right here. It goes down March 2nd. Don't miss it. DAZN, brought to you by Most Valuable Promotions. It's going to be a great event, and you don't want to miss it.
We're going in the front?
Yeah. All right, now we're going to bring out all the fighters to take a group photo.